Why are you muted? Technical difficulties. This is Nerd Sports episode. Yeah, you're still muted. Get out and come back in. Welcome to Nerd Sports episode 257. Johnny's having troubles with his internet and stuff. We're going to try stuff out. But until then, I'm going to do the weird sports.
Yeah, I'm not muted. I wasn't muted ever.
It was showing muted on your thing.
I wasn't muted. Anyways, it's Monday night, which means you're probably sitting by your phone watching YouTube, driving in your car listening to us, or you're just watching us on replay. Either way, it's episode 257 of Nerd Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, angry faithful of all ages, thank you for enduring the technical hiccup that we had at the beginning of this episode. Much like Apollo 13, I hope that we that's the one major malfunction for this mission.
Yeah.
We're going to be Sans Mountain Man this week. He's taking care of some personal business, so we ask that you respect his request for some privacy this week. So, with that being said, we're going to start this episode, albeit very delayed, by handing things over as usual to our esteemed producer David Dickerman for this week's Weird Sport.
Hopefully you can see this because this is called air racing. One of the largest
It's a vertical wind tunnel.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a racing game. It's a racing game they do in Dubai with a wind tunnel. I thought it was interesting.
I look, you forgot the show started at 8, and my brain thought 8:30 for some reason.
Don't worry, I messed up my beard only because life happens. But yeah, basically what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through the little air floaty things, and that's how you race.
How do you control that?
Sheer
hand
will.
positioning.
It's
just hand positioning, like in a free fall. Like Colin, whenever you did the indoor skydiving thing, you can control the angle of your hand.
Yeah, but that looks like that's like you're just gonna have to be.
I really wish I could find something bigger on this one.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, let me see here. There's a story I want to lead off with. Let me see here.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the ABS challenge system is here for the foreseeable future. I like it. I've kind of become sort of the mindset that it needs to be in one of these later stages of the game kind of a situation. Where we're talking like 7th, 8th, 9th innings kind of a thing. We're talking with a guy that I work with. That's what his kind of opinion is, and so I was like, you know what, I can get on board with that, because in the case like the one we're about to talk about, yes, my niece is at the door. Night night. Yes. anyways, it's hard to focus when there's this degree of cuteness at the door, but you know, it is what it is. And then I get the stank eye because I was referring to cuteness as my niece and didn't say hotness as far as it related to my wife. So, you know, hey, we live and learn. Hey, you know what? That's on me. I should have been upfront and said, like, you know, this it's like sweet and sour. It's hot and cute. And anyways, so CB Buckner. I don't want to say that he's going to become the next Angel Hernandez. No, I'm not. Because CB Buckner, while he has been traditionally one of the lower tier. Hello people. Hello, Evan. While CB Buckner has been, you know, not necessarily one of the elite umpires of the game, he's certainly not the worst, right? But
I mean, that card on that game, he did 88.8%.
Right, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So so he had a game against the Reds, or with the Reds. He had 6 calls overturned by ABS. This is coming from yahoosports.com. CB Buckner endured a horror show of an outing during the Reds' clash with the Red Sox on Saturday afternoon. Buckner, a 26-year veteran behind home plate, has been long reviled for his inconsistent application of the strike zone. Again, not elite.
Yeah.
But definitely not one of the worst, right? But his strike zone is inconsistent at best. Now, on Saturday, he found a willing dance partner in the form of a newly minted participant in big league contests, the automated ball strike system, right? Buckner saw a myriad of calls flip at the Great American Ballpark. Suffice to say, his struggles had the baseball world talking. With that, here's a look at Buckner's hellish display in Cincinnati. He struggled to find the strike zone on Saturday night, missing his spots with increasing regularity. All told, he missed 6 calls, posting an overall accuracy rating of 88% per the umpire's scorecards. That was well short of the 92% he flaunted during last year's regular season. Now, in years past, Buckner's error would go unchecked, vanishing into the abyss as batters stood at home plate dumbfounded. But the ABS system, however, was designed to be a bulwark against strike zone discrepancies.
Yeah.
Bulwark is just a basically big fancy word for deterrent, right? On Saturday night, he found a worthwhile target. It found a worthwhile target in Buckner. Buckner saw 6 of his 8 efforts overturned, many of which prompted delight from the Reds faithful. No moments proved as memorable as Buckner's toils against Suarez, Inigo Suarez. The Cincinnati slugger was rung up after seeing a pitch whiz past his shadow on a 1-2 count. Suarez tapped his helmet to challenge the call. Moments later, it was overturned. Just like, wow. One pitch later, Buckner appeared to send Suarez to the dugout with another strikeout. Suarez challenged the call. He was proven right once more. Now, CB Buckner, a member of a major league umpiring crew since 1999, had 8 calls challenged and a whopping 6 overturned, including that sequence.
Yeah, I mean, the first half, Kansas City Reds didn't have any more talent.
Hey, they're not the Kansas City Reds. It's the Cincinnati Reds.
Okay, the Cincinnati Reds. They lost all their checks. Almost like the last couple of part of the games. And some of them were ready to check the ball. And then they just realized, oh yeah, we already wasted all of ours. That's why I think it doesn't, they should add in every third inning 2 more.
No. The system that they've got in place now works. Now, will we see tweaks to it? Absolutely.
But I'm pretty sure and this is just my realm of thought, and Johnny will disagree with this entirely, is pretty soon all you're gonna have is you're gonna have the umpire in the back. You're just gonna have an earpiece telling him it's a ball, it's a strike, and I think
That
that's actually a little bit better.
that would negate every effort that baseball has made to speed up the game.
And they're
Because
only
if you're waiting, because you think about it, you're going to have a delay, right? No,
no.
have
I
a
don't think they're just gonna.
David, technology exists today the way that it works. There's going to be a delay. Okay, whether it's a 1 second delay, a 2 second delay, or even as far as a 10-second delay, which the network TVs use, so that way they can hit the the bleep button in time on live TV. Okay, you're going to have a natural delay because the signal's got to get from whatever ballpark they're playing in to the competition office, the review office in New York. The New York umpires are going to have to sit there and make those calls, and then they're going to have to send the signal back to that ballpark, at which time the umpire is going to get that ruling. That's going to slow the game down. Okay, and then at that point, what's the point of having an umpire back there at all?
The only reason why you would have that there would be the umpire would be checking to see if the guy made it to home plate or not.
With the logic that you're employing, why not just use the overhead camera to make sure to see if a runner is safe or not at home plate? Because with the logic that you're employing, you might as well just take the umpires out of the game altogether. I think that would be a grave misjustice to the game. I really do. No, you take the umpires out of it, and
I'm not saying take all the umpires out of it.
Well, I mean, you might as well, with the logic that with the rabbit hole that you're going down. It's a slippery slope. The ABS system, the way that it is in right now, they proved that it works. Last couple of years in the minor leagues. Okay, this is the first run on the major league system, on the major league side. Okay, live regular season games. They've had the opportunity to use the ABS system the last couple of years in spring training. All right, and even last year, I think they tweaked with it a little bit during the All-Star game. But
that was like, I thought you said that they always have like a New York overhead looking at.
That is when they challenge a call at a out or safe call, or they challenge whether or not a ball actually hit above the yellow line for a home run, or so when you see a call being made on the field, an out or safe call on the field, they always look over at the dugout and you see the manager holding up a hand, right? And he's like, hold on. And if he goes like this, he wants them to take a look at it. And if he goes like this, that just means go ahead and play on. All right. That's those calls are being watched or being replayed in New York. And you see how long it takes those to get reviewed. Okay. The ABS system, it puts a regulation strike zone right there at home plate. Okay. And they can use that. I mean, they can get instantaneous returns on that call or on that review, whether it was a ball or a strike, and they can even show you how much it missed by. Okay. There was guys that were getting their calls overturned over 0.1 of an inch.
Yeah.
They were talking, less than a quarter of an inch.
It was in the strike zone, though.
Yeah, I get that. Okay. But this, again, it's a very slippery slope that we have to contend with, because at a certain point, if you allow just everything to be challenged and then eventually everything becomes automated.
Oh,
this is hilarious. He's going to come back.
Hey, my internet is also shitting the bed. Like, I'm Everything is lagging.
No, it's not lag. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I've got to figure out the IT side of it on my, after the show is over, because this shit is it's making it to where
It's not it's not just you. My internet's also shitting the bed.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it would make the game unwatchable if we sat there and allowed the challenges to continue to rack up, right? Oh, hey, you it's the third inning, you get 2 more. No, we're not going to play that game. We're never going to see that happen at all, period. The umpires are just as much a part of the game as the players on the field are. It's just unfortunate that we know most of the umpires' names because of the tragic calls that they've been involved with over the course of the year, over the course of the past few seasons.
Yeah.
Okay? The goal of an umpire is to not be the story.
Yeah.
The goal of the umpire is to not be that controversial part of the game. Okay.
Now,
and they worked toward that end by allowing us to challenge a call on the field. And did it add a little bit of length to the game? Yeah, but it was marginal, right? By adding the ABS system, which is proven to work over in the minor leagues, it's been proven to work at spring training. It allows hitters and catchers, it allows players involved with that transaction, that particular play, the hitter, the pitcher, even the catcher, like, hey, no, you missed that call. I'm going to challenge it. And if they were right, hey, great, you get one more pitch, right?
Speaking of spring training, what are your thoughts on the Milwaukee Brewers and their little green card?
I don't know what you're talking about here.
For the spring training, Milwaukee Brewers tested using a green index card in early 2026 to help hitters navigate the new automated ball strike system.
That's in-house. Okay, that's an in-house system that helps their players understand the rules.
NBA and MLB banned it totally.
Okay, and if it provides an unfair advantage, then yeah, ban it. Pure, plain and simple. Okay, the problem with innovation, period, is if it operates in the gray areas of the rules and it gives you an unfair advantage, and you don't make any attempt to hide the fact that you're doing it, the rules are going to be changed and something's going to be made to some verbiage is going to be inserted or changed in the big thick rule book up in New York that is going to make whatever it is that you are doing illegal. Hey, good on them for trying to create something to help their players understand how to use the system to their advantage or whatever. But at the end of the day, they've got enough players that have been coming up through the minor leagues that know how to use that system. It's not any different because it's in the major leagues. It just happens to be that it's on a bigger stage, and that's all. So if the Brewers had something figured out and Major League Baseball slapped them on the wrist and said, no, nay, fine. Don't do it. Do it again. You get caught. Hey, nobody should feel sorry for you at all, period. All right. Cheating has always been a part of the game. It's part of every sport, right? You're cheating. Yeah. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right? But if you get caught and you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for that advantage over your opponents, I mean, what's the point, right? So it's just there's no rhyme or reason for us to extend the length of the game after they've gone to painstaking lengths to shorten the game, with the pitch clock. You're not allowed to step out of the batter's box, that kind of a thing. You can call one timeout during a pit, an at bat. The pitcher can only disengage, I think, 2 times to check a runner per at bat. So that helps speed up the game because I can't, I remember very vividly watching games on TV where, an inning would go 30, 45 minutes because the pitcher is, keeps throwing down to first base, trying to pick a runner off or hold a runner close because he's more worried about, hold on just a second.
No, I got that.
All right. Anyways, where was I at? Okay, so I mean, if you're going to shorten the game, great. I love the way that the game is now. Okay, it's just part of the rules. Okay. So, but to sit there and add challenges to the ABS system every couple of innings just because that's counterintuitive. I mean, it's going to stretch the game out because you're going to get guys that are going to be like, oh, we've got 15 challenges. We're down by 5 runs, so we're going to challenge every call. No, come on, man. Don't be that guy, right? Don't be that team. Play the game. All right, play the game. And if it's close enough to where you think, hey, this is something that I can challenge.
He's gonna come back so mad.
He's
gonna
or either at that or he's gonna cancel the thing. Before we this was actually kind of cool with you know how the opening games and everything they do something spectacular. This was at I don't know which, but they did yeah, it's a smoke American flag.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it to, but they show it. I thought I didn't pick up the one that, but yeah, what they did at the game was they did a smoking a smoke thing of American flag. Dude, it looked freaking awesome. Oh, here we go. Let me get this.
He's trying.
Yeah. I mean, this is a better view of it. That was behind it. Oh, he's knocked out. This is a better view of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that sound. And you watch it over here in this area right here. It looks freaking awesome.
Are they holding the flag weird?
No. See?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, let me rewind that so hopefully Johnny can see it. But yeah, this is a smoke American flag at a baseball game. There we go.
There we go.
All right, Johnny, welcome back.
You're muted.
I had switched over to my phone because I'm fucking so fed up with my damn MacBook right now.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, no, it to me it's counterintuitive to add a ton of or challenges to a system that is designed to bring accuracy to the game, a game that has been intentionally shortened. So no, I can't justify that theory at all.
That's fine. Any other baseball news, or you want to keep it going a little bit faster?
No, let's see here. I'm looking. There's no. I
mean, it's the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so I mean, there's not a lot there. I know that Boston is up the road right now playing the Astros. They're trailing 4-0 right now. So I don't know. My streak of seeing the Red Sox play live, I think, is going to end this year unless I catch them up in Arlington. So I don't know. We'll just see.
The other thing that I thought was kind of cool was the the Texas Rangers pitcher. It's like at the end of the spring season, they hired him. and they told him on the mound. I thought that.
It was just hey, dude, you made the roster or
Yeah.
made the opening day roster. I mean that's cool and everything like that. I mean you see stories like that all the time. So it's every team's got a different way of doing something kind of extra cool. And I mean, hey, good for that kid. Congratulations on making it to the show. But uh, I don't know. It's where I mean it's going to be a long 162. So
Yeah.
but I'm actually very down for a short show tonight. So there's no really football news out there at all.
There's golf news.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about Tiger Woods.
That bad?
Yeah, I just don't want to talk about Tiger Woods.
Oh, man, I had a video ready and everything.
I mean, he wrecked his car. He's got a drinking problem. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, to me, I mean, I like Tiger Woods. I'm a Tiger fan. Don't get me wrong. I mean, what he does in his personal life, that's his business. I mean, he makes bad decisions there, but the guy was an absolute legend on the course. Okay. I mean, his on course performance, does it give him a pass on doing crappy things in private life? No, it doesn't. You still need to conduct yourself like a responsible human being. I mean, he makes a mistake, and there's no reason why we, an amateur show at best, needs to go over, and rake him over the coals any more than people like Stephen A. Smith have. So I just
Here's one little tidbit on it though.
okay.
That I was looking at because I was looking at a little. I know John Daly is like a heavy drinker too, because he'll smoke and drink on the field while he's playing golf, and he has a really good record. He's only been like arrested once for public intoxication because he was asleep at a Hooters. So I was like, I was surprised. I was a little tidbit that I was like really surprised.
It's apples and oranges. I mean, really, John Daly's been doing that for a lot longer than Tiger Woods has.
Yeah.
Okay. So, really, it's exactly that. It's apples and oranges. I mean, the guy made a mistake. Okay. So what? All right. It's far from being chronic like Patrick Mahomes Sr., or junior or whatever, Patrick Mahomes' dad, he's always fucking getting arrested around the Super Bowl for drinking and driving.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is what it is. I mean, last year or during this past Super Bowl when he got arrested, you can go back and watch the tape. We didn't even mention it back then.
Yeah,
because it's for me at least, it's a non-news story. So, I mean, it's filler at best, and it's not one of those situations where I feel it's something that we need to harp on. But that's me. But
NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR. So they were in Martinsville this weekend, and somebody not driving a Toyota, not named Tyler Reddick, actually won the race this weekend.
What?
Chase Elliott.
Really? Chase Elliott won.
Chase Elliott, the number 9 Chevrolet Hendrick Motorsports driver. They sounded the siren at the Dawsonville Pool Hall on Sunday because good old Chase Elliott, hometown boy, won the race. He won a win margin of 0.565 seconds, led for a total of 84 laps. Denny Hamlin pretty much dominated. He led 292 laps yesterday, but he didn't lead the right lap. But he did get the fastest lap of the race. So Denny Hamlin earned himself an extra point towards the championship. But I think that this was, it was overdue. Chase Elliott's been sniffing around, top 10s, top 5s, and it finally worked out for him. So I'm happy about that. Happy because it was a Hendrick driver. We're only 5-6 weeks into the season, 6 weeks into the season now, and so it's a long way to go. I mean, there's a lot of guys that got big holes that they got to climb out of points wise. And it's just something that we're going to have to see because, Tyler Reddick, I mean, he's got a pretty sizable lead in the points right now. I mean, he's a four race winner, maxed out his points for 3 of those 4 victories. So he can almost take a race and a half off and still be okay in the points. So, but I mean, what we're looking at is that when it comes time for the cutoff for the chase, they're gonna reset the eligible driver's points. And if he's the points leader, then I mean he will have a 25-point advantage over second place in the chase to start that first round. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a long season. We still got a lot of racing left to go. I'm not hitting the panic button yet. But as far as the rundown is concerned, like I said, this is going to be quick and dirty. Chase Elliott, your race winner. Danny Hamlin coming in second. Joey Logano third, which is a turnaround from his performance from last week, where everybody was like hitting the panic button on him because not only did he not unload fast, he unloaded rather slowly, and the adjustments that they made on the car during the race. I mean, he had a terrible weekend last weekend, but Joey Logano turned that around. He finished third yesterday. Ty Gibbs fourth. William Byron rounds out your top 5. Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, and Josh Berry round out your top 10. Shane Van Gisbergen coming home in 11th. Ryan Preece, Brett Keselowski, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Carson Hocevar, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, Justin Allgaier, driving the number 48 car because Alex Bowman is still out with vertigo. Todd Gilliland, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Connor Zillage, AJ Allmendinger, Noah Gregson, John Hunter Nemechek, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Cole Custer, Cody Ware, Austin Hill, Zane Smith, Riley Herbst. 36th was Bubba Wallace. And 37th was Ty Dillon. Next week is Bristol. It is a Sunday night race, the 12th. Actually, so they're going to take the Cup guys are taking Easter weekend off. So the O'Reilly or the O'Reilly Parts series guys, the next series down, I believe they're racing next weekend, but the Cup guys are taking Easter weekend off. So the next Cup race isn't going to be until Sunday, April 12th. It's a 2:00 Central Time start. It's the Food City 500 from Bristol Motor Speedway. 500 laps for 266.5 miles. It is the last great Coliseum on the face of the earth. Some pretty memorable finishes at Bristol. But it's going to be on FS1. It's going to be broadcast on PRN, which is the Performance Racing Network. You can catch the race also on Sirius XM Channel 90 in your car or on your mobile device. And your driver feeds, as usual, are going to be on HBO Max. A little bit of nerd stuff. I know that we went over it last week, but man, I'm telling you, Project Hail Mary has been kicking ass at the box office, dude.
Oh yeah, it has.
Yeah, have you not seen it yet, David?
I was gonna go Sunday, then life happened, and it wasn't this that life happened. I was just totally distraught the entire day because I had upstairs neighbors that were arrested. I had a massive headache that I was trying to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to. Then after all of it, I was like, okay, let's get rid of. Let's trim this beard down. And I went, eek. I'm like, well, I guess I'm shaving half my beard because I made a mistake. And I had, I literally looked at myself, like, why did it take so much off? And
you
I
didn't
looked.
put a guard on there.
No, I took the guard off and I put it in my hand for some reason because I was going to trim like underneath here with it. And then I just forgot that what I was doing. Anyway, I was like,
yeah, I I grow out my mustache and soul patch because it's the only hair that I can have on my face when I wear a respirator.
Yeah.
So, you know,
You can't have the
can't have a full
ultra white
goatee.
beard.
Nope.
Hmm.
Nope. Cannot do the goatee. Mustache and soul patch is about it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to embrace it. And,
Yep.
honestly, at this point, I'm used to it and I'm down with it. So it is what it is. I would rather look like a state trooper or a 70s porn star and be able to breathe.
Littering and
Smoking the reefer. Yeah. You are freaking out, man. Um,
That's about
but
it, man.
yeah, that's about it tonight. Yeah, I got absolutely nothing right now.
I got all the stuff that I wanted to speak about and ask you questions on. So.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. One thing.
No, we said we're done. We're not having this. Every time we're about to close shop, someone comes up with an idea and we end up like 30 more minutes.
No, it's going to be real quick, and the only reason I'm going to do this is because, well, it's relevant and people are paying attention to it. March Madness. We are down to the well, we were down to the Final Four. The championship game is supposed to be taking place on the 6th. No, we are in the Final Four. So, on the men's side, you've got number 2 UConn facing off against Illinois, not Illinois, but Illinois. And on the other side, you've got both number 1 seeds, Arizona and Michigan, facing off. So the winner of those two games are going to play each other for the championship on April 6th. Now, as far as let me see here, women's. Yes. Official bracket. Come on. Here we go. Let's go. I just need to shut my computer down and reboot everything
Yeah.
because yeah. I'm guilty of just leaving it on and walking away from it, for a week at a time. We are also we're not in the Final Four completely yet. The On the 3rd, you've got 2 number 1 seeds. You've got UCLA and Texas facing off for a chance at the championship to be played on the 5th. And UConn is waiting for the. Let me see here. UConn is waiting. Who are they waiting on? No, UConn's waiting on their opponent. So, well, let me see here. First 4, and then we've got the Final 4. Yeah, the women's bracket's just a little bit more convoluted, but yeah. So we'll get into the Final 4 next week, a little bit. Noteworthy thing. Houston is getting their WNBA team back. The Furtado family bought the Connecticut Sun for $300 million and have said that they are going to bring women's basketball back to Houston.
No one
I'm
knew
all
it.
for it. I'm all for it. Hey, as soon as my wife saw the news, she's like, "Hey, I want to see Caitlin Clark and Sophia Cunningham play." And I'm like, "Yeah, if the Indiana Fever come to town, we're gonna go."
Did anybody knew it left?
Yes, they did. The Houston Comets, the original women's team, won 4 championships. Their banners are still hanging in the Toyota Center.
Oh, okay.
So, the minor league hockey team that Houston is going to get is going to be set up in Richmond, which is, I believe, well, it's in the Houston area, but They're kind of using this as a gauge to see how much interest Houston has actual interest Houston has in hockey. Because before it's all said and done, I do believe that Houston will get an NHL team, which is going to make this guy happy because that means I'll have a chance to see my Bruins play. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, past that, that was the only thing else that I had. So,
All right, get us out of here, Johnny.
well, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. David, by the way, you're going to have to be the one that hits, end stream.
Oh yeah.
So, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so very much for enduring the many, many technical hiccups, at least on my end. This is episode 257. So come back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, for episode 258. I will be dog tired when I come into that episode because I'll be getting off of a 12.5 hour shift, just a mere 2 hours before showtime. So literally, I'm gonna clock out, shower, hop in the car, drive an hour home, and grab some food to throw down my neck just in time to come in and see y'all smiling faces. So
You shower at work?
yeah, because I don't want chemicals in my car.
That's fair.
So, but anyways, this is the part of the show where we turn on the ugly lights and you get to see that the woman that you've been hitting on all night looks like a pterodactyl. You don't have to go home, Felicia, but you can't sure as hell stay here. I am Johnny Skelton.
I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Colin Skelton.
And without further ado, we'll see you next week. Peace out.